What's up, guys? It's Dim. So, I know I haven't uploaded anything to this channel in a long time. I guess the last thing I did was that little comeback-esque video. Probably, I'm going to say a couple months now, October. Um, but, unfortunately, I still have not been able to acquire a capture card for the 3DS. But I don't think, even if I could, I would want to spend $300 to $400 to record my video games, especially in my case, because I would only be recording Pokemon primarily, and with no Pokemon Bank right now and not being able to receive it or to get it until late February, it's kind of a hurt. As I'm sure most people that are watching this are aware, Pokemon Bank is going to give us access to a lot of obviously Pokemon that we can't use right now, as well as certain move sets from the Black-White move tutors. So since we don't have it, I don't really see a point in me, getting a capture card right now. But what I can do to bolster support for this channel again is to start uploading Pokemon Showdown replays / games. Online battle simulators are generally a good place to find decent people to play. A lot of people test on here. A lot of people actually just solely play the simulators. So Smoggin hosts tournaments through these. So for the most part, it's the best place to find good games. And I have a game here from the UU beta tier. Smogon recently posted usage statistics from the last 3 months since the games have come out. And I've been playing this tier. I think it's been 2 weeks prior to recording this video that the usage statistics have been posted, so I've been avidly testing this tier out. Obviously, it's very preliminary. There's going to be suspect testing within the couple coming months to determine placement of certain Pokemon. As you can probably tell, I'm going to leave a link to the post on Smogan in the description, but for anyone that's seen it already, there's a lot of questionable Pokemon in the UU tier right now, and some of them may end up staying in UU, and others might get bumped up to OU, or maybe even Ubers. I know Tornadus T is in UU right now, and sounds crazy, but no permanent rain. Pokemon like him and Keldeo, they might not be as effective. But before I get into the actual battle, I want to give a shout out to everybody at the Battle Frontier. It's a Facebook group I'm on for competitive Pokemon. And even just casual discussion of the games. There's something for everybody there. So I'm going to leave a link in the description. You guys can go join. We have a friend code thread. Just you want to get some friend safaris going. You want to get some codes. You can post there. Myself and Kenny, our two administrators, is a friend of mine from around the area. We've been playing the longest from everybody there, so he's pretty knowledgeable as well as myself. Got Sarcast Jack there from YouTube. Shout out to Jack as well. It's comprised mostly of people from my area that play competitively. I'm pretty good friends with the majority of people there in the area from my area. I've known them through competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! I've known them for years. Really nice group of people. So go check it out. We're also going to be doing a league very soon with prizes, of course. But we need more gym leaders. We established that we wanted to do this like late October, and it just hasn't really come into fruition yet, probably because we didn't have a lot of people tell us that they wanted to be gym leaders. So definitely go join the group. There's something for everybody there. If you're a fan of Pokemon, you might as well join, right? So please do that. Link will be in the description. But we're going to get right into the battle here. I've been playing the UU tier, like I said, since the usage statistics have been posted. I actually got up to a 1600 rating, high 1600s. But a couple of days ago when I was playing at like 3:30 in the morning, because I'm an insomniac and I actually don't know what sleep is. What is sleep? The ladder was reset, and I think it was revamped as well, because the matchmaking seems a little bit more accurate than it was. This game was actually recorded about 10 minutes after that actual reset. So I managed to find like a good person that was trying to grind the ladder as well. Thank God for that. I got a really nice game here. My opponent's very good. But I'm just going to get right into it. I have the replay speed at normal. I think that's adequate enough. I hope it is to be able to explain some things. So, yeah, here we go. So, giving his team, I start off with my lead Mienshao. I'm on the right, by the way. Just because I can U-turn out if I don't like the matchup, of course. So he starts off with a Slowbro, and I U-turn out into my Bisharp. He goes for the Thunder Wave here, which is a great play on his part. But it's not like I wanted to go into Manectric right away, because he still had Flowgurse and Hydreigon out on his team. So getting that that Lightning Rod boost, Heatran on the brain, getting that boost was kind of irrelevant at that point. So I go for that Bisharp. It's a defensive one. With Stealth Rock, I get Parahaxed. So he goes to Cobalion. I have to go to the Slowbro here. Choice Spec Slowbro. Start throwing out Surf. He's hiding behind subs. I know his other two moves are Iron Head and Close Combat, both of which Slowbro walls. So he's going to have to switch here. Throw out Surf. It's generally it was the safest option given his team. And it does almost 40% to a Hydreigon. So Choice Spec Slowbro is no goddamn joke, bro. So I have to go into a Bisharp here to take the Dark Pulse. I was really hoping he didn't have Fire Blast here, because I need to get these Stealth Rocks up here, as you see, for that Staraptor. I noticed he doesn't have a Rapid Spinner, so those rocks are going to stick. So that was really good. Bisharp did his job there very well. So he goes back into his Cobalion and goes for the Substitute again. But I have Infiltrator, Brave Bird, Crobat. Infiltrator is so good. Look how bulky he is too. 36% from an Iron Head off Cobalion. That's insane. He is a tank. So he's forced to switch out here. I'm gonna Roost up to get all my HP back, and he goes into a Metagross. It's not taking any leftovers recovery, so he could have a choice item. But then he goes for a Thunder Punch on this Slowbro, and it does like nothing. He does get the Parahax. It's unfortunate, and I throw a Surf out here. Only does about 40%, so I immediately know, thanks to the damage that it did, and the damage that I failed to do, really, that it's got Assault Vest. No leftovers recovery, pitiful damage. That Slowbro is special attack and HP, no defensive investment, so I knew what the deal was. I go into Manectric to eat that Thunder Punch, get a Lightning Rod boost before I Mega Evolve. I might have, in hindsight, probably should have gone for the Signal Beam there. But I wasn't sure if he would stay in or not, and I just wanted to go for the Volt Switch to kind of just keep offensive tempo on my side, and I'm able to do that. I'm actually able to keep offensive tempo on my side of the field for the majority of the game. I feel like I was in control for the most part. You're going to see that little exchange between Mienshao and his Slowbro, U-turning out of it into Manectric for quite some time. Just playing it safe, this is a really hyper-offensive team. Aside from the Bisharp, which is still pretty strong, despite the defensive set. So that was the only miscalculation I think I made the whole game was that turn that just passed. I feel like I should have U-turned or Volt switched out when he was going to send in Flowgress in, which was pretty obvious, because I did not want him to get a Wish off and me not be able to keep tempo up and respond before he can get it off. I could have switched into anything here to kind of force it out and kill it. I go into my Haxorus, thinking he's going to throw, what was just out on that turn? Anyway, I go in because I know that I can scare it off with Earthquake. I decide to throw off the Superpower in case he went for like Death Fodder with Hydreigon and or Cobalion. I didn't want to get locked into Outrage just for a Death Fodder Pokemon, so I just threw in the Superpower. Slowbro was the good choice there, so it was a good play on his part, but I think he donks here. He has to switch. He doesn't really. It wasn't a donk. It was actually more of just a good play on my part. I trapped his Flowgress. I got in against his Flowgress because I know it's low since he didn't keep it in when he wished. He went to the Metagross, so he has nothing that can safely switch into a Thunderbolt there. So I knew I had an automatic KO. I guess like maybe he was just going to give it up as Death Fodder, but I returned the favor. He knows I can't really take anything. I can't take a Brave Bird or a Double Edge aside from that Bisharp, and he decides to RK with the Staraptor. Him sending it in to try and revenge kill my Manectric lets me know it's Choice Scarf too. I wasn't sure, but I had a feeling it was anyway. So Mienshao comes in, U-turns out to the off out of the Slowbro into Magnetric. He sends in Cobalion this time as the death fodder. And yeah, Magnetric and Mienshao are doing work here. Volt turn too strong. I mean, this team is actually, not to toot my own horn, but I've been playing for a while. It's pretty well constructed. Really solid offensive core here. So this time I go into my my Haxorus, because I did a calc on this turn at 60% health. 60%. It said there was a 70% chance for me to KO with CB Outrage. It had 63%, and it was left with 2%. So min-max kind of screwed me over there. I go in to Crobat to kind of chase it out. I have the U-turn. I'm going to go into my Slowbro here, because it's the only thing that can really take predicting an I have the turn right. So right here I go for the Volt Switch into the Slowbro now, because I'm predicting an Earthquake. I know Flamethrower isn't going to OHKO because of Assault Vest. Thankfully he takes both of them like a champion, and he does not get Power Hacks also like a champion. He is able to KO that Metagross. His Metagross and his Staraptor were the things that were looked generally concerning from my point of view. I knew I was going to have not a hard time, but I was scared the most of those two Pokemon in his team. So I clean up the Hydreigon, and I switch into Mienshao, knowing that I pretty much have it no matter what he has at this point. I'm faster with my Choice Scarf. I go for the U-turn. Generally a safer play, because he could have switched in Slowbro to eat that Stone Edge. I go into my Crobat to take a Brave Bird. He's almost dead. I can pretty much just give up Crobat here because I don't need him anymore. So Staraptor is down, and Magnetric is going to clean this one up for me. Right about now. So that was the game. Really good game, Technosis. If you happen to be watching this, it was a great game. Had a lot of watchers. Really skill-intensive match. Calculated plays made on both ends. We played very well. And that's the UU tier. Not in its entirety, but you can see that we weren't really using anything that was immensely overpowered. Like, you see Hydreigon, Metagross, and Haxorus, and you're probably like, oh, well, those guys should probably be OU. Not really. I mean, once you play a little bit more, you'll probably see that some Pokemon just aren't what they used to be. I know for a fact that Metagross, along with some of the dragons that we got, actually makes a pretty good addition to UU. If you really think about it, the Dark type is just so good now with the Steel nerfing, and it really hurt Metagross because he's really just a one-trick pony. Like, I know some people run Stealth Rock on him, but that's not even, you can't even get away with that anymore. The Dark nerf, or the Steel nerf, really hurt him. Taking super effective from Dark and Ghost now, he just wasn't the offensive tank that he used to be. And I don't think he's going to be surviving in OU. I think he's going to make a permanent home in the underused tier. Haxorus, despite having the most attack of pretty much, I think, every dragon type so far, it's pretty easy to revenge kill him. There's a lot of steel types in UU. Bronzong being one of the premier checks to any dragon type Pokemon, even OU, is pretty prominent, or will probably still continue to be. I've still seen him. I mean, he has the same problem as Metagross, except he's actually he's a lot more defensive than Metagross is. His utility is better, so he'll still probably be seen to check any of the dragon types running around. Hydreigon's, out of every Pokemon that's been used in this game, Hydreigon and Crobat seem like the more likely candidates to get bumped up. Bisharp, maybe. Bisharp, interestingly enough, just made the cut. He is the 53rd or 54th Pokemon, so he just made the cut at like maybe about 0.3% to be underused. He was this close. You can't see it, but I'm squeezing my fingers. There's barely any room there. This close to being OU, so we'll see what happens with those guys. I'm actually in the process of writing an article for my blog. The link will be in the description, by the way, detailing my predictions for the UU tier and my thoughts and impressions on it so far. And all I have to say is that it's a pretty dark tier. You get what I'm saying? No racist. It's very dark. Very dark type. So check out my blog in the description below. Definitely check out the Battle Frontier, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, like now. I think it's like the video, isn't it? I'm so used to saying rate. Back in my day, we rated videos, but definitely do all that stuff, and look forward to more videos, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks a lot.